Hi guys, my name is Musa Abikarim, popularly known as Vice Mr. Musa, and this week we are going to be talking about oracles. We've talked about the blockchain, and we know that in a blockchain we use blockchains to store data in a chronological order, and it is cryptographically secured. So we will now talk about a data that is stored on the blockchain. We say that it is an on-chain data. So anything that is not stored on the blockchain, we can call it what? An off-chain data. Now, with the EVM, it is possible for us to do lots of things with the blockchain. And of course, we've talked about the various applications that we can use the Ethereum blockchain for. And of course, one of them is the DeFi, which is the decentralized finance, the DAO, the decentralized identity, decentralized social media, and all. Now, in the course of building some of these smart contracts, it's possible for us to want to make use of an off-chain data on our blockchain. So, how is it possible for us to get an off-chain data on our smart contracts? So, a way of doing that, a way of communicating with the off-chain is what we call the oracle, which simply means that the oracle is simply anything that facilitates the communication between an on-chain, which is the blockchain, and an off-chain. So if you need anything that you can use to communicate or to get a particular data that is not on the blockchain, you would have to make use of an oracle. And an example of an oracle is the Chainlink. Now, how do oracles work? Now, oracle, they simply are data feed. So what they do is that they are doing on-chain data, on-chain reporting. So which means that let's say that we have a particular data. An example of a data can be that let's say that we are building a decentralized financial application. And in that decentralized financial application, it requires that we know the exchange rate of, say, between dollar and naira at any particular point. So we have to continuously be feeding our blockchain the current exchange rate of dollar to naira at every particular time. Now, we can now have two conditions to trigger the report. Now, those two conditions, we have what we call the deviation and the heartbeat. So, heartbeat, of course, in the body, we require that the heart is what powers a body, which means that when the heart stops working, then the body is paralyzed, the body is no longer functioning. So which means that the heartbeat is the period at which, no matter what the deviation is going to make a report, is going to file a report to the blockchain. And an example of this can be that we can say that every day at 12 o'clock, our data feed should make a report of the current exchange rate of dollar to naira to the blockchain. We can even say that maybe after every 4 hours, you should give the report of the current exchange rate to the blockchain. So that's one. Another one is deviation. Lots of things can actually happen between some seconds. So let's say, we can ask our data feed, our oracle, that it should continuously be reading the last report that it has given to the blockchain, that when there is a deviation of more than, say, 1%, maybe the current value of the previous value reported, that $1 is equal to maybe 410 naira. So, and if there is a deviation of more than 1%, maybe within some seconds, dollar just increased to 500 naira. So it has to, because of that deviation, which is humongous, it has to file a report to on-chain. So that's another way in which it can be done. So this can now be applied in so many ways. One of it can be that, in the Chainlink, we have the price feed is one of it, where you might want to know the current exchange rate or the exchange rate of maybe cryptocurrencies, the Ethereum, the Bitcoin, and everything, in order for you to make informed decisions in your smart contracts. And another one can also be that you want to generate, let's say, a random number, for instance. So generating a random number is not something that is easy. So because it's going to require a lot of gas. So there is the Chainlink. They can help you to compute a verifiable random number that is going to be reported, and you can, using their subscription model, you can always request for a random number from it, which you can also make use of in your smart contract. So any smart contract that now uses both on-chain and off-chain data, they are called what? Hybrid smart contracts. So in the previous week, we wrote it supposed to be something like a free week. So during the free week, we were given 5 projects to write, that is a project per day. And while doing this, that was when we explored the use of hybrid data. So we had to build an application, a smart contract that basically it takes the exchange rate of different cryptocurrency, which means that if you should have a particular cryptocurrency, when you input that cryptocurrency, you can find the conversion rate of that cryptocurrency to another cryptocurrency. So, and another one that we also did is the generation of a random number, a verifiable random number. So you can also make use of the Chainlink to generate random number. So another smart contract that we also wrote is one that you can basically make use of the smart contract to find the highest holder of a particular token. So in order to do this, we have to make use of an API. So we also learned how to make use of an API while doing this. And one of the smart contracts that we also wrote is a smart contract that is staking smart contract. You can basically stake your assets using the smart contract. So that was what we learned for the previous week, and I hope that you've learned something good from that. Thank you very much for watching this video, and of course I want to also say a special shout out and thank you to our facilitator for the week, which was Miss Fura, and our the facilitators of the program itself, Mr. Ayo, and other teachers as well. Thank you very much for watching this video.